Hello, and welcome to Patch Notes, your weekly update for the gaming news you need to know about. My name is Cesar Torres, and let's jump into your weekly Patch Notes. And to start off with, we're going to get into some Apple versus Epic updates, so to speak. It seems like Apple is winning, and Unreal Engine devs do not have to suffer for it. In a recent court hearing, Judge Ivan Gonzalez-Rogers told Apple they are allowed to block Fortnite from the App Store, but must not block games or anything else really developed on Unreal Engine. She said in her order, Epic Games and Apple are at liberty to litigate against each other, but their dispute must not create havoc to bystanders. And even though it seems like Judge Gonzalez-Rogers is on Apple's side, it was met with some concern. From her, actually. She said, the problem is if you have an iPhone, you can't buy apps from anyone else. I can't buy from Google. I can't buy from Amazon. You're only limited to buying from Apple. There is no competition. And so the question is, without competition, where does the 30% figure come from? Why isn't it 10, 15, 20? So Epic may have a case after all. But for now, all we can do is wait. The next court hearing is scheduled for September 28th in a couple weeks, really. So for now, all we can do is just wait. And just know, now Apple can block Fortnite, but they cannot block other stuff made in Unreal Engine for now. We got some updates to the Fall Guys charity fundraiser they're doing. So after a few weeks of waiting, we now know who won the big charity auction to get a skin in Fall Guys. The winner is a combination of AimLab, Ninja, MrBeast, and G2 Esports, with a total of $1 million being donated to Special Effect in the UK. And since then, AimLabs is hosting their own competition, which is crazy. Whoever designs the best Fall Guys skin for them to use can win $2,500. There are requirements such as using brand colors and being relating to AimLabs itself. So if you're interested, I encourage you to look into it. The competition ends on September 12th, and it's on their Twitter page in case you are interested. Up next, we got some Xbox updates, so to speak. With TGS around the corner, that's Tokyo Game Show, Xbox is making an interesting move. They're going to be a part of the showcase. However, before you get excited, they did say their presentation would not have any next generation news. Rather, it will mainly focus on Japanese-related content. So that's a good update to keep our expectations leveled, obviously. The reason it's an interesting move, I believe, is because Xbox doesn't do well traditionally in Japan. You know, they always struggle. So I think what they plan to do at TGS is try to establish a good relationship with the Japanese audience, rather than make some headlining breaking news at the showcase. So that's why I think it's important that even with this coming up, we just keep our expectations leveled. So remember, on September 23rd at TGS, don't expect anything exciting from Xbox. Apparently last month, AT&T was looking at letting go of its Warner Brothers games division. And considering licensing out their IPs such as Lego, Harry Potter, and DC Comics to third-party studios. This is a deal that would have saved the company $4 billion. This would have meant that they would lose studios such as Rocksteady, WB Montreal, and just so many other studios that have made awesome games along the way and that are still making games. Companies like Microsoft, Take-Two, and EA have expressed interest in buying these studios. However, it seems like AT&T decided to keep WB Games in their pocket. So there's some good news there for these employees that might have been worried about losing their jobs. So, you know, take the good with the bad, you know. Up next is the biggest story on the slate. If it decides to play, there we go. Up next is the biggest story and the one that I'm probably most excited about. It is Mario's 35th birthday. And how it's creating some confusion, if we're being honest. It's really interesting. Nintendo has made some big announcements for the beloved icon's 35th birthday. Many different things from clothes to toys to video games to toys and video games being together. It's really weird. So here's a quick wrap up and highlights that may concern you and what it means. First, they announced a limited edition Game & Watch system that plays the original Super Mario Bros. As well as Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels, and a special version of Game & Watch Ball featuring Mario. It doubles as a clock, and honestly, that is the one reason I want. it's for. Next, they revealed the Wii U game Super Mario 3D World is coming to the Switch February 12th, 2021. A good Valentine's Day gift, if you know somebody that loves Jumpman himself. The new version of the game seems to run faster, include online co-op, as well as have some added content called Bowser's Fury. This still leaves questions as to how certain aspects from the Wii U game will translate to the Switch, such as using a microphone or using the touchscreen to display hidden objects. You obviously can't do that stuff because the Switch doesn't have a microphone, and you can't use a touchscreen if it's docked. So I guess we just have to wait and see, because we still got a couple months until that game comes out. Next, they revealed Super Mario Bros. 35, which is Mario's equivalent to Tetris 99. Players will play on the same level and send enemies to each other and use power-ups and other fun stuff to be the last jump man standing. Super Mario Bros. 35 is expected to come to the Nintendo Switch Online service out next month on October 1st until March 31st, 2021. And people were worried about this one, so I will say this. It's very unlikely that it will end on March 31st, 2021, but Tetris 99 was also supposed to be a limited time as well, and that is still going on to this day. So hopefully Mario 35 will continue past March 31st. It's very unlikely that it won't though, so just keep that in mind. Next up, they brought a new meaning to the Toys to Life genre, where they brought life to toys, actually. Mario Kart Live Home Circuit is a new spin-off title where players can control a remote-controlled car in their room, in a very familiar Mario Kart style. There are power-ups that make your car speed up or stop, all to try to win the home circuit. The carts are expected to hit shelves October 16th with 2 starter sets at about $100. One of the sets will be Luigi, and the other one will be the Jumpman himself, Mario. Next, they announced a bunch of third-party integrations that if you're interested in, I would definitely suggest you look into them yourselves, because it's hard to explain. They got collaborations with Puma, Black Milk, Lego, Hasbro, and as well as doing some online integration stuff, you can earn pins. So I would definitely suggest you look into that if you're interested in that stuff. After that, they revealed Super Mario All-Stars from the SNES is coming to the Nintendo Switch Online service. It's already there. You can already play it right now if you have the Nintendo Switch Online service SNES app. You can play Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels, Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. 3 in their upgraded Super Mario Bros. All-Stars version. That's a lot of Super Mario Bros. In a sentence. So yeah, there's that. It's already out there. And finally, the big reveal. Super Mario Bros. 3D All-Stars. 3 classic 3D Mario games. Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy, all coming to the Switch. Will be up-res with a few enhancements and brought to the Switch altogether for $60 for a limited time. Let me explain this to you, because this is where people get upset and confused. According to the reveal, the game is coming out in a couple of weeks, September 18th, so stay tuned for that. But according to the reveal, it is also a limited time exclusive, and they will stop selling this at the end of March 2021. That includes physical and digital versions of this game, which is really strange, but people have their theories. Some of these theories include, when the time is up, Nintendo is going to sell these games separately, and you can buy them each separately for $20 or so. It's only going to be until March 2021 because they want it to be a limited anniversary collection for the 35th anniversary. They might bring it back for the 40th, so on and so forth. And some are just saying it's the end of the fiscal year at the end of March 2021, so why not just end it there? Whatever it may be, at least they're bringing these 3 classic games to the Nintendo Switch system with some updates that people have been asking for, such as widescreen for Super Mario Sunshine and Galaxy, as well as being able to play Super Mario Galaxy with a Pro Controller. So that is awesome. And now I would like to take a second to include a quick word from our sponsor. Thank you to Anchor for sponsoring this episode of Patch Notes. If you haven't heard of Anchor, it's the best way to make a podcast, and the easiest. So let me explain to you. It's free. There's tools that allow you to record your podcast on the computer or on your phone. It distributes your podcast for you to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many other services. And you don't really have to do much. You just upload the episode, give it a title, give it a description, and you're done. I use it all the time. I'm using it to distribute patch notes right now. Maybe not to YouTube, but definitely to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and everywhere else. If you want to use Anchor to get your podcast started, you definitely can. Go to anchor.fm or download the Anchor app to get started. Again, to get started, you can either download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Thank you, Anchor, for sponsoring this episode of Patch Notes. And now to move forward, I like to do something new. We're going to be talking reviews for games that have just come out. These are games that are like in the zeitgeist and maybe a game you may not have heard about. So let's get started. Marvel's Avengers. This is from Andrew Reiner from Game Informer. He gave the game an 88, saying, Avengers is in great shape right now, dazzling with its story and action. I am hooked with the endgame content that is available now, and I want to see just how powerful these heroes can become after leveling them up completely. John Wise from Video Gamer gave the game a 70, saying there may well be the feeling of a missed opportunity here, but no matter. Almost Worthy is still pretty good. And John Bales from VGC gave the game a 40, saying Marvel's Avengers offers a reasonably entertaining campaign, but it's highly derivative. Everything in it has been done better elsewhere, and the longer it goes on, the more it's hampered by desperately repetitive missions and mindless upgrade structure. So far the game has a very mixed reception, but there's a lot of positive reviews that are not past a 90. And remember, with reviews for this game, it is a games of a service that will continue to be updated as time goes on. So just be wary about reviews if you're going to pick up this game a couple months down the line. It'll probably be a very different experience. Next up, we got Paradise Killer. This is reviewed on the PC. Funk Joseph from PC Gamer gave the game a 91, saying, an incredible world of demons, mystery, and vaporwave. Paradise Killer sets a new standard for the detective genre. Eric Van Allen from US Gamer gave the game a 60, saying Paradise Killer drips with endearing style and charm, but can't quite make its finale match up to its opening hours. Discovering intrigue and mystery is compelling at the start, but the good gets lost in its collectible, busy work. Yeah. Paradise Killer is a good option for virtual detective fanatics in need of new mysteries, but it lacks the staying power of other modern mystery giants. So far, that game is relatively positive in reviews. And finally, we got the big one, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. And let me just say, every review for this game was overwhelmingly positive. Chandler Wood from PlayStation Lifestyle gave the game a 100, saying Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 not only lives up to the beloved classic games, but it also lives up to my memory of the beloved classic games, an important distinction. It walks the fine line of recreating the classics for a modern era, while never feeling either dated or burdened with new and unnecessary changes. Alex Pareja from IGN Spain gave the game a 75, the lowest score I could find on Metacritic for PlayStation 4, saying Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 is a nostalgic attack that makes us feel very old, though with classic fun gameplay. And that's basically that. Up next, we got upcoming games. And also, if you know a place where I can find a list of upcoming games, please let me know. I'd really appreciate it. Because right now, all I got is Tamarin. Explore, leap, and shoot to save your family from insect invasion. Leap with agility of a tamarin as you journey into the northern wilderness in a world full of exploration, 3D platforming, and bug-splattering action. Tamarin releases on September 10th, 2020. That's it for Patch Notes. If you like what you saw, please leave a comment, please leave a review if you can. I'd really appreciate it. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Stay safe out there. Bye.